Good evening, everybody. This is Seth here, and I welcome you to the new chapter of our playthrough in Pillars of Eternity. Where we left off the previous time was a very interesting time indeed. We were just before entering the crypt beneath the church. So let me just check up a few things, make sure the stream is running, and we'll get to it ASAP. Okay, everything seems to be fine. I say, let's do this. The thing that I'm really interested in is whether we can make it with this party right here. Because I have a feeling that it might just be too much, but and note that I also have major fatigue on my main character, so let's just see what we can do here.
Keeping quiet.
Okay, this is the layout, and let's check out first this part. No enemies thus far. And there it is, a Will-O-Wisp. Something more. Is that a zombie or a mummy or something like that? If I see it correctly. Let's unpause the game and see how it reacts. First off, what is this? Oh, Aedra. An organic material crystalline in structure but shell-like in substance, Aedra can be found growing up through the ground in veins in many parts of Eora. Easy to carve and manipulate, it is a favorite of jewelers as a semi-precious stone and is often cut more intricately and beautifully than other gems. Thank you. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
You try and strike him down, and you...
Yes.
What have we got here? Raw damage and dazes targets in the area. Decreases will and dazes fan of flames. Sunless grasp. Let's not do this one. What does this one look like? It's a target spell? Nope. Excuse me. This is a target spell as well. This just dazes. Let's try and daze that guy. Wow. Okay. It seems I was right. This is not an encounter that we have any business to be in. What is my character doing, by the way? Confused. Oh, we are both confused.
Yeah. Almost.
try?
Now he's ready. That did some damage, actually. No, this is obviously nothing for our level here. Sadly. Okay, I really would have been surprised if we could have gone through this. So, let's just... I'll say let's just leave in peace, you know? Let's just really leave in peace. Perhaps check out the inn and get some rest and try some other quests. I don't really remember the price of renting a room in the inn, but let's just ask Pasca.
Hail, traveler.
Like a room, please. Oh, we can actually rest without paying anything. We also have some options regarding some buffs, which of course costs more money, but bear in mind that we only have so much money, so no, it's not for us. Let's use the common room, as sad as it sounds. Yes, please. Another dream. I'm guessing just some generic flashes. No. Your sleep is restless and feared, assorted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watch her. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Interesting. Very interesting. Now let's see what our quest says. In my dream I had a message from a dead woman hanging from a tree that stands in the center Gilded Way. It may be nothing more than a dream, but there was a strange realism to it. I need to return there and see for myself if there was anything to it. My condition has not lifted and I am not sleeping well. Okay, so obviously we have to check that tree out again. This time we'll be able to interact with it, I guess. Let's do that. Let's go to that tree. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. There it is, of course. Let's hit quick save. So the woman's name is Coldora de Baranzi. And we can see a strange glow from her body. I'm thinking that that might be actually the soul memory of her. So it is quite possible perhaps that we will be able to see into her past. Let's do that. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked buff that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the robe that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Okay, so actually, what I'm reading here is that this should have been the first time we do this. I'm guessing the game designers, thought that this would be the first time. Interesting. Let's do that, and let's read through it this time, of course, because, you know, it's a main story thing. Reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving that all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Right. I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, and a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
All right. What is a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before. but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
This is actually a very important thing to this game, I feel. Let's just recap a few things. So she says that souls pass on, and that these Aegis stones are actually like blood veins to the world. They leave the world for a time and they are reborn into it. So you would say then that souls are passing through this world and possibly another, so another dimension, through the Aegis stones. And she also mentions that souls are often undergone to some change. So essentially, souls are still here in our world, but in a different dimension, thus normal people can see them.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder!
Another point is that this seems to rely heavily on the idea of reincarnation, which is very, very interesting to me. Alright, let's respond to this. What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Actually, the thought just crossed my mind that the name Watcher is very appropriate then. And I really like it that they then don't say it's, you know, seers, but actually watchers, which has the feeling to it that we are only passively watching something, you know, not actively, interferingly seeing it. Interesting. And we have to go to a guy named Merwald. Alright. I think I survived a beer walk. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
Rimagan's work. I think there was he or she was already mentioned, but it just doesn't come to my mind. I hope if somebody knows, then please write it in the comments. if he knows, if we should already know who Riemgrond is.
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping choke cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife. See why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Quite cruel, this lord is. What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Alright, we actually asked all the reasonable questions, so let's just say farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the news, and your surroundings seems to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Olaf looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm Watcher. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that's interesting. Gives you a sly grin, and I expect this has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watches? Only that they are rare and that they seem to have unique insight into certain Sioux conditions, Pickoffs, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. And our main quest just changed to travel to Kainua. But we do have some side quests, so let's check those out.
$17.50.
Oh, we are also leveled up. I didn't see that. Alright, let's do some level up. Let's see. Athletics. Athletics is very good stuff. Very good stuff. For our character, at least. Consumable duration, I don't really see the good in that. Trap accuracy, scrolls. Let's put one in stealth and one more point to lore, just because so far at least I saw that perhaps that can be very useful in conversations. Next. Fighter abilities. It's time for some new abilities indeed. Let's say Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on defending incoming attacks. The fighter receives a bonus to deflection and increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3, but at the expense of attack rate. Confident aim. Modal. Okay, that's toggled ability. Or if you're coming from Dragon Age, how were they called? It won't come to my mind now, but it will, I think. Steadies the fighter's arm, causing percentage of the grazes to be converted to hits and increasing the minimum damage for melee weapons. Okay. Disciplined barrage. This is actually passive. This is one per cut. The fighter intensely focuses on his own hurt, significantly accuracy for a short amount of time. Okay. Another models thing. The fighter devotes all his or her energy to defending allies. Lowers accuracy but increases the deflection of nearby allies. I'm gonna take this. For the time being, I don't really want to be a very super defensive fighter, as usually I'm not in games. as I'm not usually. Right. No new talent. Done. Let's see our dear mage friend. Of course, low. One into law, and let's put one into this and one into mechanics. Wow. So I assume that these level 2 quests are better. Quest scrolls are better than level 1 stuff. Against elemental damage. Fetid caress. Mirrored image. It's duplicates of the caster. Corroded lens. Creates a lens of pure necrotic energy, causing corrode damage instantly and over time. That's the first thing that sounds cool to me. Let's check the level 1 spells. Spirit Shield. Nah. Okay. Necrotic Lance and Rolling Flame. I like that. No talents. Alright. So we are done with that. Let's see, let's save here. Let's do a big save. Like this. Thank you. And let's check our journal. So, travel to the Black Meadow because of the shipment. Yes, we remember that. We have to look for a shipment that didn't get here. Search for the temple. Oh yes, that's what was too hard. Others bleed to Anslow Compass to Smith to Mother Ranga. Okay, let's see where the map wants to take us. So this is where we came from. Well, the Migrant's Fork. Burial Isle, Direford Village. Cade Nua. Can't really see a place named Black Meadow. Hold on a minute. Travel to the Black Meadow. Black Meadow, which lies to the southeast of Gilded Vale. The southeast of Gilded Vale. Okay, that would be downwards. And the Mother's Plea, Anslock Compass. To travel south to Anslock Compass, where I can find Ranga. Alright, I'm guessing these places all should be within this place, Maegren's Fork. Well, we'll have to try, right? But as I didn't see any other places named like that, and they all say we have to go to the south. I'm guessing I'm right. Let's exit fast mode, because for exploration that's not really the best, is it? What? Wolf already, okay. Crucible of the Soul, we've got a new attribute. The Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. Okay, this is a skill we can use only once per one rest. He can still knock down enemies.
Aye?
The thing is with spells, can I only use them once a day? Excuse me, Encyclopedia. How was this? How was this? I think I've already looked through stuff for this. Should be under combat. Per encounter. Per rest. Locations, law. Excuse me, but I'd really like to know this, but I can't seem to find any. These are called abilities. Twice per encounter. You see, it was written there, but here it says nothing. Well, we won't really be needing actually anything, any such spells now. Now you can use this. It knocked me down, man.
Yeah.
How may I help?
But I'm guessing that we could only use these once per day, if I'm remembering correctly from older games. Spells. Edit the grimoire. Oh, we should. Oh, it did. Okay, well. But we could also try it, you see? Let's try it with the freezing touch.
Lava will be on seek.
It froze. We could do it again, though. Interesting.
Huh? Lava will be on seek.
20. That was a very cool effect. It seems I can use them just as many times I'd like. It seems that way, and that is fucking OP, man. That's fucking OP. What the fuck? Is it really it, or am I missing something very, very basic here? But it seems that way. Wow.
Huh?
Hi?
Alright. Some wolf stuff again. Nothing new. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fulmar. And who might you be, dear Sarah? Oh, hello there, begging your pardon, but you gave me a good fright. I thought I'd heard something rustling through the bush. I suppose that was just you, silly of me. Don't suppose you happen to need some supplies? I thought I'd make my way over to Matmir Beach, but I'm starting to think I'd better be off heading back to town and getting a few more folks together. Better safe than sorry, right? So did you hear anything? This guy seems to have severe paranoia, and there is a wolf again. Oh, he did hear something. Okay. That is actually a problem because my mage is in front of that.
Yes?
Please move back. And use some stuff. Let's try the freezing again. Okay, my fighter does seem to have a good taunting aura.
Lava will be on seek.
Bang! Round, boy.
Yeah.
Round.
Yeah.
That was it. I've used all my stuff. Like a idiot. Okay. So I have these charges there. I have these charges. Okay.
How may I help?
Oh,
How
but
may I
she
help?
does have this.
Yeah.
Almost.
Aye?
Why are you not attacking? Thank you. By every star in the sky, thank you. I've never seen these beasts so bold before. Strange times, Vin. Here, take these. I'm headed back to Gildedware for certain, and you can make better use of them. What did I get? What did I get? 3 potion of minor endurance. Right.
I shall.
Huh?
Once again, some beautiful scenery. One more wolf. Oh my god! That was a mistake, obviously.
Aye?
What if I do this?
Lavar will be on seek.
Bam! They noticed that, though. That is bad, that is bad, that is just some bad stuff again. I can't see jack shit.
Take him
Should've
down.
attacked that. No, I'm not gonna survive this. Actually. Yep. I'm curious whether I can only aggro one wolf, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
Or do they function as a group? They do function as a group, thank you. Okay, then this is the same as, you know... Same as the bandits with whom we couldn't interact. Let's write it in our notes. Oh yes. Temple underground. NGV. I think it was 5 wolves. After GV.
Mm-hmm.
Duran C. Statue of Magrin, goddess of war and flame. Dozens of names have been scratched into the stone. At her feet, supplicants seeking her blessings.
Saw you in the flame.
Squatting at the base of his statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks, raked by pox scars and scraggly beard. He is sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap, and then, out of nowhere, there is the hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
Jesus Christ. The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast as if one is holding a torch to it, but then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow, if that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
Stuff rests easily in his hand. It wasn't there a moment ago. Examine the statue. The waving firelight from the statue gives off no heat, so much so if you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen of his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. The sudden waving flames from the... Oh, okay. No. Megan casts more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hem of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across the fire, then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and closed, they bear no burn or scorch marks. Focus your gaze on the staff. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the stuff was once something far more dangerous, but not now. Strange choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. The man smiles slightly at your words, then nods, never taking his eyes off you. I could do better, though the road holds little else. His eyes run the length of your frame, and he follows it with a sneer. Until now.
The world holds many whores we worship. Respect comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways.
What are you even talking about? No.
But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
I didn't catch your name or why you want to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
How did you know I was a watcher? Durance shakes his head and his hand curls tightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away, one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames.
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their muling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
What kind of marks?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand. As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit, but it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
If your stone mistress there allows it, then come on.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
So here we are, and we have our second companion. Priest. So we have a fighter, a wizard, and a priest. Background, clergyman. Bears fortitude. Spend time traveling with Durance.
How may I help?
Any thoughts on what I should do next? Well, you're in charge here. As far as I'm concerned, any place is better than Guildware. That's all. Let's talk to this guy. Nothing. Alright. Let's explore some more. Some idiot stones. The veins of the world. And there is a corpse just lying there. But a fine poleaxe. What does he use? He uses a staff, doesn't he? A rod. Reflection bobs and twists in the life, gleaming atrium. Ghost once again. Young boar.
Yeah.
What?
Punishes the target for its sins. So he really is a priest.
Yes? Aye? I fear we've lost the angry one.
Alright. Again, a fight which it seems we cannot win. We will have to think some stuff through, I feel. Alright, let's wrap this up. This will be episode 7, and thank you for your patience if you've been with me. And if you have some thoughts, please leave them in the comment section. Some constructive criticism, as I've also written in the description, is always very much welcome. Also, if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button and also subscribe, as it helps the channel to grow a lot. We will have to think some stuff through, I fear. Alright guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is the welcoming screen. So this one, thank you for watching, and let the good spirits accompany you. Goodbye.